little benchmarking. I got it up on my screen right here so you all can see it. I got a few benchmarks. This is the Ryzen 5 5600G. There's no graphics card whatsoever in my system, only just the iGPU that's on the system. So basically what I'm doing is I'm benchmarking how much it's doing. And let's go ahead and, as you can see right here, I'm just going to let it roll right through. This tells me what the graphics card's doing, if it's going to do the job that I expect it to do. So as you can see, my system is not that bad, and it goes from 224 to close to 300, and then it shoots right back up again. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys see right through the cycling of this benchmark, and this is pushing the system to its max. Let me move this up a little bit and move this one down a bit. There we go. So this way y'all can see what it's clocking out at. So this gives you an idea of what the, since nobody likes to test the Ryzen 5 5600G, since I got it in my system, I might as well go ahead and test it. And you know, I mean, I can't beat that. I mean, the FPS is like good for me. I like the FPS. It stays between 2 and 3, almost to 400. Now, I bet you if I put a discrete graphics card, it'll go up even higher. I know iGPUs ain't that great, but with my puppy's starting again. She's got a little bark in her. See, so just to let y'all know, I mean, this is one of the tests we're going to be doing right now. As you can see, I'm just running it for the graphics card only to see what it's going to do. And so far, I'm happy with the way it is, but I'm sure I will get my hands on an AMD graphics card to see what it really will do. But anyway, I got more testing coming. Just hold on and we'll be right back. Alrighty, here we go. Benchmark number 2. We're going to go ahead and run the benchmark and see what we get. So the first test, what happened was I showed you all with the system set to normal graphics, you know, to where it went between 400 megahertz all the way up to 1900 megahertz. I went into the BIOS and I turned it to extreme, which turned it up to 2300 megahertz. Now the CPU is still running at PBO. It's running at PBO with it's on auto. Basically it's like a turbo boost. So I wanted to see what the difference is by me turning up the graphics on the iGPU from 400 to 19 to a solid 23. So as you can see on the screen, it's set at 2300 megahertz. and the memory set at 1800. I did not put DOCP on. It's just basically the system control. So basically the system's controlling how much RAM I'm gonna need for what I'm doing here. So as you can see, the max FPS went from all the way from, what was it, 400 to 726. So now you see the difference, that if you go into the BIOS, you can take, and with the iGPU, you can turn it up to the extreme without doing nothing else. Everything else is on auto. The system is controlling the extreme part. So this right here, this is Heaven benchmark, but this is the tropical. Heaven has different benchmarks, not just the original benchmark. But what we'll do is we'll take, and after this gets done benchmarking, we'll take and we'll go ahead and we'll do the regular benchmark with Heaven. So what you're seeing here is basically the benchmarking of the tropical. You know, I have different ones for Heaven. So, you know, I got Fur Mark and all that, you know. But I want you all to see the, you know, what you get out of just by making a little bit of a change. So the max FPS is 726. The minimal FPS is 231.7. I got a score of 9189. And this is just flat out running as it is. So as you can see, it's running pretty good. I mean, this is pushing, I'm trying to push this iGPU to its max to see what it can do. Not the CPU, just the iGPU, you know. I want to see what it does. Everybody says that, you know, it's kind of crappy and everything else, that, you know. But I don't believe it is. I believe there's much more to it, but it's just everybody has their certain way of testing. Me, I have my certain way. So, but I'm testing with, you know, different GPU accelerators and stuff like that. I want to see what it really does. Let's go ahead and turn this one off. And we're going to take and we're going to do a Heaven benchmark and see what we can do. So let's make sure it's all set up. And it looks good. And we're going to go ahead and run it. See, in order for me to screen share, I have to bring the benchmarks over to you. So well, now for what that looks like, you all tell me. You don't see it hesitating, do you? You know, be honest. Let me know in the comments below, and make sure y'all like and subscribe, because that will help me support this channel. That will help me keep it going. You know, just to let you know. Even though I don't look into the camera and everything else, you know, I'm talking with you. I'm looking on the screen. I'm making sure that you see everything I see. But look at the FPS scores that I'm getting from this. And when I play the games I play, I get close to those FPS scores. You know, I'm pretty impressed with this. You know, someday, you know, I am going to be upgrading sooner or later to try something better, something new, and, you know, like everybody else is doing in the market. But right now, we're benchmarking. This is just a benchmarking. So we're looking into the fact of what the Ryzen 5 5600G does. And I'm going, you know, I'm going to have several videos of this. So do be prepared. Each benchmark I'm doing right now is individual benchmarks. So you can see what it looks like. I have no graphs or anything. This is just showing you right here on MSI Afterburner, and that is not even, I didn't even touch any of the clocking on MSI Afterburner. This is all just from the BIOS to Windows. I have nothing else overclocked. Nothing else. And I'm getting, you know, 167 FPS, 168. It sounds about correct, because that's what I get on when I play Second Life. I get about that kind of FPS on Second Life. So it matches equal, and I know it's working, you know. I could say if it wasn't working, then, you know, then I would have a problem, you know, and I would have to go investigate and find out what the problem is. But from what I'm seeing here, it doesn't have a problem. And as far as degradation and stuff like that, you know, that's only if you push it past its limits. Okay, I'm not pushing the iGPU past its limits. I'm pushing it right at its limits. And this right here is right at its limits. So if you're wondering, if you're, you know, being a gamer and everything else, you know, you kind of wonder, you know, how fast and how slow and where you can go and push this to your limits. You know, I push everything to its limits because when I play on certain games, I want it to be 100%, just to let you know. But from what I see, this is doing really well, and I'm very happy with it. But anyway, we're off to the next testing, so do stay tuned and like and subscribe and become a part of the JJ's PC Builds family. Now, until the next time, we will see you then, and do have a nice day.